What's going on, guys? DJ Av here. You know, I'm a music channel, so it's definitely something that I wanted to talk about, and that's SoundCloud and, you know, its current state. Me personally, I do not think that SoundCloud is worth saving for many reasons until they prove otherwise. I do feel that the fact that they had an open platform where they allow people to put their music on there for free, you know, give it there's limitations, because the ultimate goal of SoundCloud is for you to pay for their service. And, you know, my issue with that is definitely of something of experience, and I felt that they did not promote my music. And, you know, when you invest in something, I definitely think you should see some return of that investment, especially over commercial artists. If we're talking about SoundCloud being the best place for independent artists, I never thought it was. There are better alternatives that are not free. However, you should always avoid the free meal. That is a quote from this book right here, which is The 48 Laws of Power. Please read that. It's a very good book. It'll explain a lot to you of how society works. Yeah, SoundCloud, they're going out the door. You know, I understand that Chance the Rapper stepped in and, you know, he's doing one of his heroic things, and that's good for him. I don't have any personal beef with Chance the Rapper. I do like his music, but however, I don't think that he could save it whatsoever, because the real underlying issue is being able to make money, for them to turn profit. And the reason why they haven't turned profits is because they are giving out a lot of free stuff. It's a free platform, and major labels are saying, no, if you're gonna have our stuff on your website, we need to find a solution to monetize it. And weirdly enough, I don't understand how in the world does SoundCloud not know how to monetize when you have places like TuneCore, CD Baby, and even BeatStars for music producers that know how to monetize. You have YouTube that monetizes. Like, hello, do I think that they are making money some shape or form? Absolutely, because the main thing that they promote are, guess what, not independent artists. And if they're close to independent, they definitely have some type of machine behind them. I know Chance the Rapper has worked with Apple Music. I'm not dissing him because of that. I think that's a great move. You know, they have a partnership and Apple Music has pull. Why not? So that's the underlying issue with SoundCloud, is that they don't monetize. And places like TuneCore will have your stuff on Spotify, will have it on Tidal, and all the other major streaming and music distribution sites possible. Definitely. And then they go after your sync rights just in case if somebody takes something of your music. And you know, this is a producer channel, and I want producers to be able to make their money, because we are taken advantage of very hard. I just did a story on Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is dead and gone, and Quincy Jones had to sue for his royalties that were unpaid to him. $40 million lawsuit, and he had to settle for $9.4 million. I know that's a nice chunk, but man, if you think about Thriller, you think about Off the Wall, and you think about Bad, those are our three great albums and pinnacle albums of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is a part of the Sony Epic umbrella, and from there, you know, Sony has technology and they can benefit from Michael Jackson all the time here and make tons of money off of it. Of course they made money off of Michael Jackson, tons of it, absolutely. So they have their hand in like the SoundCloud realm. They take, you know, they want SoundCloud to obey, you know. So for a fact, they will have many different record labels. It's just not just Sony. I know I was just talking about Quincy Jones and stuff like that, but the whole point of that was the fact that, again, producers are getting screwed by putting stuff on platforms like that without making their money up front. I highly recommend BeatStars. I know these other platforms like TuneCore, CD Baby, and BeatStars are not free. Everything in life is not free. SoundCloud benefits off of you putting your music up and it being great and people coming to that platform in hopes that somebody will pay for a subscription of some type of form so they'll be able to make money. Nothing wrong with that. It's a business model, but because they've been giving out the milk for free, they are unable to get any people to pay for it. That is why they're in the red. That's why they are going out of business. Therefore, monetizing should have been their priority from the jump. I know it's a double-edged sword here that I'm dealing with, but you got to hear me out. That is the main issue with SoundCloud, not being able to monetize. YouTube and many other platforms monetize. Again, the only reason why I repeat myself in this matter is because man, you should always put your eggs in more than one basket. That's just common sense. You should always be all over some type of social media, you know, and to benefit, especially places where you can monetize it. Eventually, you know, Facebook and all of them will get on the same boat, because there are people pouring in tons of money into advertisements, including myself. I have to, because I run a business. And the main point I point out to producers is that artists will take your beats and will do all kinds of shows and all kinds of stuff, and you'll probably get, maybe if you're lucky, a couple $1,000s. Pardon me. So protect yourself from the jump, and SoundCloud doesn't have your general interest for that. Even if you was to do something as far as TuneCore, CD Baby, and somebody did a cover of your song, or some major artist saw that your song was popping and they did it, guess what? You can still get them for a copyright infringement. Yes, and they will handle that for you. SoundCloud will not. They're not in your favor. Please believe it. So tell me how you feel, because I am out of here.
Traptendo.